Okay, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you a spot along the Spokane River to get some pretty cool rocks. So there's this misconception that there's no good rocks along the Spokane River, and that's just not true. People aren't looking in the right spot, and I think they're also looking at the wrong time of year. So if you come out to the river in the springtime, it's pretty high, and there's not much access to good kind of gravel bars and stuff. And your other kind of options and the more accessible stuff, you have basically pea gravel almost. We're gonna walk to a spot where you can get a lot of stuff that's probably from, well, golf ball sized up to football sized, and should be pretty good. I'm looking for something kind of specific, and that is a piece of aventurine. And aventurine is essentially quartz with kind of a blue to green hue. This area actually has a lot of it. It should tumble up really nice. I'm looking for some bigger pieces. Where I'm going is about a 1.5 mile walk, which means it'll never get picked over. People are way too lazy to walk that. Yeah, so I'm gonna get out to this spot. All of the GPS and directions, all that stuff's gonna be down in the description box. But let me show you what you can find on the Spokane River if you know where to look. All right, that beach, that's the spot. Well, I walk down here and shout over the wind. Let's kind of look at this here. So what you're looking at is the Spokane River. This is the back side of an inside bend of the river, and that's important. You know, just like real life, things aren't fair and things aren't equal. And the way a river deposits its material varies based on the shape of the river and the flow. So let's go down here. This will be a great example of what I'm talking about, and I'll show you some examples of how a river will deposit different materials. And let's look for some aventurine. I assume you'd rather see some rocks than my face, but before we kind of get going here and start looking at all these different rocks, one of the things that kind of inspired me to come down here and kind of show you some of this stuff was another person's YouTube channel. Her name is Katie. Her channel is Katie Did. I'll put a link down below. I saw one of her videos and she came across one of these green rocks. She didn't know what it was. So here I am. I'm going to show you a bunch of aventurine. She's out in Montana, mostly into agates. So go check her out. So what you'll notice right here is a bunch of light gray and white material. We have a lot of granitic rocks depositing right here. Things like that, you know, things like that. A lot of different stuff here. There's some little pieces of aventurine. So I'm just going to show you this. We're going to walk on the leading edge of this curve and show you how that varies, or well, varies, how that changes into a different material being deposited. So back there, about 100 yards, you have all that type of granitic rock, things like that. Over here, it's much more black. What you're looking at is a bunch of basalt. Basalt being a volcanic rock, it's lava. You can see this is a much more lighter rock. So when the river is up there in the springtime, this lighter rock drops out of the flow sooner, and that stuff drops out later down there being a heavier rock. So yeah, hopefully that was helpful to somebody out there. So let's look for some good pieces of aventurine, and if I come across anything else, I'll show you that. So here is one of the rarest things you'll ever see. No, I'm lying. This is a brick. Right here we have two neat things. Here is a piece of aventurine. I'll get this wet and show you. Also, here's another piece of quartz. It has a purplish hue to it. I actually got some of this stuff in the tumbler right now. These both have a Mohs hardness of like 6 to 7, depending on if there's any impurities in it. Let's take this down to the water. Mucky. Check that out. Isn't that pretty? This isn't a good one for the tumbler, but kind of give you an idea as to what it looks like. Speaking of the tumbler, this is my little dump rock pouch. It can go on my belt, but it's pretty much the perfect size for a tumbler batch. So if I can fill this guy, I'll have plenty to run my tumbler. There's another kind of neat rock. Cool banding in that. That's a lot of different things. I also have a rare piece of urbanite here, which is, well, it's concrete. That's what you're looking at. The benefits of being downstream from a big city, I guess. It's probably not going to show up on the GoPro, but, you know, like I said, we're on the inside bend of the river. That outside bend, everything over there is giant cobbles. So, you know, we're looking at like stuff that's basketball size to like 2 feet, 3 feet around. Stuff kind of more like this guy, which this is a pretty interesting rock right here. That shows a lot of river erosion. Ice pocket there. So that's kind of cool. I'm going to give you kind of a scale right there. My meaty paw. Kind of cool. Just a big piece of granite. And right there we have a big old piece of jasper. Boom. You can see my foot. I'm not taking this guy home too far. 1.5 miles back to the car. It's staying. Ooh, I like this. That's a nice one. That one's gonna go in the pouch. Piece of jasper right there. I didn't really come here for it, but it's got some nice color. Got that red, got that brown. It wouldn't tumble up well, that's for sure. You can see that wouldn't do. I think I'll leave it for the next person. But there's a couple of good pieces of aventurine right here as well. This little guy, that's kind of a cute one. I think too small, that's not going to do well in the tumbler. And what about, oh, look at this piece of jasper right here. That's a pretty good one, but pass. Look at that nice soft blue-green. I think that aventurine's coming home. Check this guy out. Nice purplish piece of quartz. I'll go get this wet so you can see what this guy looks like as well. If I had sunlight, it would look a lot nicer. But these can polish up really well. Well, I feel like maybe I could break or cut that piece off maybe. And this could go in the tumbler. That right there is Wonderstone. Doesn't tumble up really nice, but they're out here. What else we got? Here's another piece of aventurine, but that one's pretty fractured up. When you look on Google, if you Google aventurine, you can kind of look at the Wikipedia for it. That one's pretty good. A lot of the photos that you're gonna see, it's like quartz crystals, like really pure, beautiful stuff. This very sharp green. It doesn't always have to be like that. It can be just like this stuff. And I've gravity tested these, hardness tested them, fractured them, all that good stuff. I know that's what I got here. And yeah, let's keep looking. Ooh, another brick. There we go. Well, that one's big, but, well, is that worth taking back? I don't think so. I think that one will stay. Layering, and this one's kind of cool. Also, this guy right here. Let's see how this looks wet. Almost too much to look at here. Another piece of jasper down there. Pretty, but there's a lot of pretty things out here, so there she shall live. That one's small, but I'm gonna take it home. Ooh, I'm gonna take that one back. Not aventurine, but stupid plant. It is quartz. Quartz with a mineral in it that makes that purple hue. This one's pretty solid. I can probably cut that off. So that one will come right next to it. Yeah. Ooh, that wind's cutting right through me. That's a keeper. Getting full. Getting full. What else we got? I am passing some up that I don't think are going to be worth it for the tumble. Piece of quartz, kind of cool. Wonderstone. What's that? Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's a keeper. Here is the haul. I think that's pretty good. Let's throw some water on this. I mean, it's all aventurine except for, well, that one that's purple. Those will look really cool tumbled up. Really good. That river sure is pretty, isn't it? I got about 45 minutes of daylight left, so I'm gonna walk on out here. It's only a mile and a half, which that ain't bad. If you like this type of video, please hit the subscribe button. Oh, hold on, let me turn the camera down. Three deer there. if you like this kind of video, I hope you did, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I try to put out content like this often. Usually my lovely wife Sarah is with me, along with our crazy dog Laika. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Have a good Thanksgiving.